How is everyone doing? Hope you're having a lovely night. So I've got something very interesting here. So I purchased a heavy, so this is a heavy, I don't have my scales right now, but this is, damn, I was supposed to bring my scales. This is definitely a heavy, so it's a I think it weighs 1.36, 1.37, something like that. And I purchased it as a heavy off of eBay, but the seller wasn't sure if the pack was legit or not. I can say that this is 100% a legit pack, but it is not legit, if you catch my drift. This pack has more than likely been resealed. So the seller didn't do me dirty. He knew that the pack may not be legit. It may have been resealed at one time or another. And we came to a small deal with each other where I'd get a little bit of my money back and I would open the pack in a video to see how it's been tampered with. So I would just like to go over a couple of things before I open it. So for example, you can see the top part of the crimp here looks fairly legit. The back looks all legit as well. The issue arises when you get to the bottom of the crimp. It might be hard to see on the camera, but it is very faded and very just washed out, if you can say. Let me try to get a better, so you can have a better look at it. So I actually posted it onto a page because I wasn't 100% sure if it was real or not. Some people said, yeah, it's legit. Other people said, oh, it's been resealed. But we kind of all came to the conclusion that yes, it has been resealed. It's a real pack, but it has been resealed at one point or another. And I just want to go over a couple more things so you know. So for example, the top part here of the tab is perfectly sealed and flush with the top crimp part there, as you can tell. But when we get to the bottom of the pack here, you can tell that it isn't perfectly flush. You can see that diagonal, just that diagonal kind of line going across the crimp there. So it's not perfectly flush, and generally from the packs that I've seen, they are all perfectly flush. Like for example, I can grab a fresh from the box Gym Heroes booster here, and you can see if I lift back the tab that it is perfectly flush with the bottom crimp, and it's also perfectly flush with the top crimp there. Where this one down the bottom is not perfectly flush. That's one big hint that a pack has been resealed. Just like that, not perfectly flush down the bottom, where it is up the top, it is perfectly flushed. The biggest hint of all is actually that it's uneven on the bottom crimp here. So for example, see this little kind of bend here in the crimp. You know, you kind of just look at it and be like, oh, it's a bend. These ones have bends and so on and so on. But it's a little bit different. Even if I straighten it, it kind of pulls itself tight. So that's kind of an indication that this has potentially been tampered with. When they're resealing it with, like, say for example, a hot iron, they might have accidentally pulled a little bit too far this way, which has bent the crimp there. So that's one hint. So that's two hints so far. The first hint is that, the second hint is that, and then the third hint, which is the biggest hint, is, I don't know if I can show this very well on camera, but is how it kind of overlaps here. It's very difficult to tell on camera, but there's an overlapping section here, which I've never seen on any other pack so far. And it kind of overlaps, and it's also got this strange divot, well, strange bump in it here, and it just overlaps, which means they haven't sealed it back perfectly. So that's another way to tell that something's been resealed. So obviously we're going to open this up now. So yeah, so it's just very faded. It's kind of overlapping each other, and it's not perfectly sealed with the tab here. All right, so now comes the moment of truth to open this. So I haven't actually opened a base booster in a long time, so even though it is more than likely resealed, I'm still kind of excited for it. But I just wanted to pull it away from this bottom part first anyway, just to see what's going on here. So that's pulled away. It doesn't necessarily look like it's been glued or anything, so I can't really see any glue in there. Let's pull this top part away. Once again, I don't really see much tampering with it. So it hasn't been glued. I think it's just been basically ironed shut. So, all right, well, let's give this a go then. Oh my God. So this is a heavy, don't forget. So the cards are definitely real. So, oh yeah, as you can see, they're not the best quality. So you can see down the bottom there that it's just, yeah, it's cards from a new pack should definitely not look like that. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. That should be the holo there. So what we'll do is we'll just in case it is a holo, I'm not sure if it actually is, but just in case it is, we will put it into a plastic sleeve and leave it aside for now. And we'll just quickly go through these cards anyway. So Caterpie, Tangela, Metapod, Gust of Wind. And the cards, they're not in the best condition. Diglett, Ponyta. Oh, okay, so yeah, so there's the holo. Definitely tampered with, as unless I screwed this up, that should have been the holo. And as you can see, it's scratched and it has marks all over it. It just shouldn't look like that out of the box. Yeah, that's really, really scratched up, as you can tell right there. I mean, yeah, it has a lot of print lines, but the scratches on the card is just insane. And yeah, a new card from a pack should not look like that. So a couple of more commons and uncommons there. And then what was this one? Yeah, so the order wasn't even right for the cards. So there you go. That pack has been 100% resealed. Dodgy, 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 dodgy. Not very nice at all. So yeah. So, and as you can tell, these cards on them, you can tell that they're very light played. They don't come like that out of a box, out of a packet. But yeah, anyway, so that's how you can tell. Let's just have a quick look at this. Where's the bottom? Where's the bottom? That's how you can tell. It actually looks like it's been glued down. As you can see, there's like some glue residue there. It's very difficult to tell, but yeah, it actually looks like it may have been glued down there as well. Yeah, that's definitely some glue residue. Not residue from the factory either. That's like legit. I think they've tried to re-glue that, then clamp it down with an iron. That's how they were able to get the tab back on there so well. But yeah, so very, very dodgy. Not very nice at all. Whoever does that and tries to sell them are complete pieces of shit. But yeah, there you go. So that's one way. There's many other ways, but that's one way to know how a pack has been resealed. Very nice Chansey regardless. Not in best condition. That would probably score like a 7 at the absolute most due to the scratches. But yeah, that's pretty much how you can tell that a pack has been resealed. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a little bit different from what I usually do, but yeah, catch you later.